This amount could be for luxury sector or premium sector for the other cities, but for Bombay, less than 1 crore is a mass market segment. That segment has been growing phenomenally well. Let us accept this fact that because the basic need of real estate is shelter, and not everybody buys it for just investments. The real estate is there for providing shelter, investment, and also esteem. So these are the three reasons why people buy. Now, in the residential, the sector which is there for the shelter piece, that is the mass market as we call it, or in a Bombay which is say a less than 1 crore. It could be, this amount could be for luxury sector or premium sector for the other cities, but for Bombay, less than 1 crore is a mass market segment. That segment has been growing phenomenally well. Let us accept this fact that because the basic need of real estate is shelter, and not everybody buys it for just investments. There are two kinds of buy that happen. So in the residential sector for last 3-4 years, there has been a huge amount of buy-in. For our case, say for example, nearly 100,000 clients visited our sites in mass markets, and out of that 9,337 bought it. So the number of people, and I'm sure if you look at the overall, if now the RERA data shows it very clearly, Bombay is about 50, I'm talking about Bombay, a 50,000 crore market. So 37,000 crore market, out of that 50,000 crore market is less than 1 crore market. And none of them, most of it is bought mainly for shelter. Now that shelter, that need for shelter will always remain and is actually going to improve. And that is what we have seen in last 2 months. The need for a ready-made home has increased phenomenally as we are interacting with the clients digitally, of course. From a headwind perspective, the luxury and the premium sector, that is one sector where people buy when they upgrade. As their income grows, they upgrade. They buy it for investment. They buy it for esteem. They buy a brand. That is where the investments have been low in last many years, especially if I talk about Bombay. Now that market is where it is still going to be tough. Although because of the kind of challenges that stock market has seen, like some of the clients have given us that feedback, because generally if we were doing the client profiling, there was hardly any space for additional money for real estate because all of it was going to equity. But now the kind of crisis which equity market has seen in last 2 months, people also realize that real estate is not that segment where the pricing yo-yo happens on a day and a night basis. If it may happen, it may not drop to that extent. You do not lose 30% of your investment in 10 days or 6 days. If it happens gradually. So that way there is a sense of change happening across the segment. The premium and luxury segment will take some time for it to evolve, but I'm sure it is happening for the good. Because in real estate, the segment that was there in terms of investment was anyway low. It can only go up. Whereas the need for the shelter, that has improved very significantly. And everybody, in fact, in 30 to 50 lakh housing, the demand is very, very good. In fact, it has increased very significantly. We have done close to 500 bookings since the lockdown has happened, out of which more than 400 bookings are in this segment. And we could never believe that this could happen. And when talking to the clients, there is a very significant demand, because demand is for ready to move in, which is ready to take care of their interests under challenging times.